It's very different, isn't it, Glenn?
Yes, it is,
Go on then. Why don't you tell our loving viewer?
We only got one. Hello.
Tell the people at home what you thought of the day so far.
It's different. So this is our first time in Yacht Club. First time on MSC. What did we think of the cabin? Well, I have to say, when we first came into the cabin, semi-blown away in that this is definitely my colour scheme. I'm definitely a grey and beige kind of person, if you hadn't already kind of worked that out. Most of the balcony cabins in Yacht Club are classed as deluxe balconies.
How much storage do they have, Glenn?
I'm glad you asked that, Ant. Some of the cupboards have some secrets. Let's have a look at these two. This is a grand deluxe, which effectively means, depending on which deck it's on, it either has a walk-in closet or it's much wider. We've got the wider one, and
look, there's so much space.
Kind of have to say, the width of the place is just a little bit much. It felt like it was kind of like a, you know, like a sports ground or something. It was that wide, and the space hasn't been used that well. For example, you've got a big open area kind of as you come in by the door, which could really have been used as like a wet bar and a small dining table or something like that. So it's a bit of a waste of space. Don't get me wrong, it's nice having that extra space, but I think it's a little bit of a waste. You could definitely shrink down the size of the cabin. One good thing about having a cabin this wide though is the balcony is just as wide. So we've actually arranged for a sun lounger to be brought out on the balcony, which isn't typical for Yacht Club, but it just utilises the space a little bit better. And I love being on the 16th deck as well. Lots of people say they prefer deck 19. Now they're the cabins that have the walk-in closets, which are very nice. However, you're right below the pool deck there, so not sure about the noise levels that you get. I actually love being in this location because you're so close to the top sail lounge, which is probably the area of Yacht Club we'll spend the most time in. So very convenient.
So Embarkation was actually okay. Everything you've heard about the Embarkation procedure rings true. Ours felt a little bit chaotic because there was a systems problem, so we were sat in a holding pen for a little bit longer than I think we would have liked. They did everything they could to keep us comfortable, gave us loads of drinks, and before we knew it, we were on the ship. They took us straight to our muster station before we even got to the Yacht Club. So we managed to get that bit out of the way first. Now, a lot of cruise lines, when it comes to doing the muster drill, they will make you watch something on the app. They don't do that on MSC. You still have to watch the video, but it's on the telly in your room, and then you have to dial a number on the phone, and it logs that you've watched it. For us, being here only 24 hours, it's easy to want to just stay in the Yacht Club because the lounge is amazing. The service is impeccable. The food it's good. I mean, is it as good as Princess? No. Is it as good as Royal Caribbean? Maybe. The ship itself, I'm gonna say the ship itself isn't massive by any stretch of the imagination. And the decor is very bling, it's very chrome. You've got those crystal staircases everywhere. It's very nice. I'm a big fan of the layout. What I also like is the use of all the chrome and mirrors because it gives you that sense of scale without feeling cramped or anything like that. One thing that also was unexpected to both of us is the amount of languages that you hear. We have a lot of French on this sailing, a lot of Italian, some Germans, some British, and of course American guests. So you're hearing everything in multiple languages. And I always knew from it that MSC Cruises did their announcements in more than one language. And I used to think to myself, oh gosh, they're going to say one thing, it's going to take 20 minutes to get through all of the languages. But it's actually quite nice. It's quite nice to feel that you're part of so many different cultures. First impressions, very nice ship, very lovely ship, great service, great food. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the next couple of weeks bring us. So let's cut to me and Glenn in about 10 days time, and we'll talk about our last impressions.
First time in MSC, our first time in Yacht Club, and it was also our first time doing a back-to-back cruise. And all the cruises that we've done, we've never actually done a back-to-back, so I had a bit of anxiety over that. Luckily, we did have the same cabin, both legs of the journey, but we still weren't sure how the whole kind of changeover would play. So lots of firsts for us on this cruise. One thing I wasn't expecting about the Yacht Club experience is that because even though you're on quite a large ship with thousands and thousands of people, the Yacht Club only had a couple hundred, 250, I can't remember exactly how many, but what that meant was you kept bumping into the same people all the time. Big shout out to Virginia and Terry. Very nice couple that we met. They were also on a back-to-back, so we had the whole 2 weeks with them. And we also met a very special couple, Hendro and Alessia, who are also big cruisers. And we had such a lovely time. We had meals with them, drinks with them. They were fantastic company, so thank you.
I think one of the good things about the Yacht Club is, you were saying as well, you see everyone at the same time. You do get to make these fast friends. And for us, that has really elevated the experience. That is something that I didn't actually expect. We make content for YouTube. We're very we keep ourselves to ourselves most of the time, and we're quite private people. But when we were on this sailing, it was just so refreshing to spend some time with some new friends, and the cruise was one of the best that I've had in years. That doesn't mean to say that it's completely flawless. I mean, MSC, the problems that MSC have known for us still ring true on this one. And we have a full, very extensive ship review that's going to be coming out at the very end of this series of videos. But we just wanted to give you this sort of like first and last impressions to whet the appetite, so to speak.
So my final impressions of the trip, I guess the one thing that stands out, apart from the beautiful surroundings, the cabin was lovely, the pool area was fantastic, the private island, wow, just amazing. For me, it was, as a lot of other people have said in the past about Yacht Club, is the service and the people that work with you in the Yacht Club. We've had some really good cabin attendants in the past, but honestly, our junior butler, Dawa, and our main butler, Dwee, well, they were just fantastic people. You know, Dawa always had a smile on his face, even though he had a load of cabins to clean twice a day. He was always there pretty much. If you wanted anything, just stick your head outside the cabin door and he was somewhere in the corridor and he'd help you.
Dwee was one of she's actually really funny. She always has a smile on her face, but she was very proactive in asking you anything you needed. If you, like we'd mentioned, we were going down to specialty dining and she said, do you want me to take you? Well, of course not, but we'd seen her when we had gone to another restaurant and she had escorted some other people down. She's just very proactive in wanting to make sure you have the best experience. And we did the ketchup song dance by the concierge desk. Just on a whim, I was like, do you remember this song? It was on my phone, and we were just both doing the ketchup song dance. So absolutely brilliant.
If you have those two on the Seascape, you'll be in good hands. And one other member of staff, and it's really tough to pick out individuals from the crew. But another one I really want to mention is the hostess in the Yacht Club restaurant, Patricia. What a wonderful person Patricia is. She's the person that would greet you and then seat you. But she was so warm, had so much empathy. We had amazing conversations with her. Yeah. One day, for example, we wanted a particular area that we wanted to sit in and the tables were full. So we said, we're gonna pop downstairs to the lounge and we're gonna have a little drink. Could you let us know when a table becomes available? She said, yeah, fine. 10 minutes later, we had positioned ourselves right at the bottom of the stairs so we could see her coming. She started to come down the stairs and I waved to her and said, hey, wait, we've seen you, we'll come and get you. She was kind of shaking her head no. She came all the way down and to our table and then insisted on having a 3-4 minute conversation with us before escorting us back up to the restaurant. She didn't have to do that, but she did. Yeah. And you know, it's people like Patricia, Dewa and Dwi that make these cruises very special and very memorable. And MSC, if you're watching, you need more people like Patricia. Be more Patricia.
Be more Patricia.
Yeah. Be more Patricia.
We were actually saying that. I think that's in the review as well, because you just do need to be more Patricia. She is amazing.
So I absolutely adored the staff working in the Yacht Club area. Yeah. I really did.
One of my lasting kind of things coming off it is that I just want to go back. I can tell you when you cruise as much as we do, and other people who cruise a lot, sometimes you get to a point when, not that you get bored or anything like that, it's never the case, but I'm ready to go home at the end of, like, sometimes we've done very long cruises, like we did 16 nights, 14 nights, cruises to 14 nights just now. And usually by this point, I'm kind of ready to go home, ready to get back into a routine. I don't feel that. I could have spent a third week on at the MSC Yacht Club, and I don't say that I don't say that lightly, because I'm a creature of habit, and I think that is testament to what they're offering there. The Yacht Club is a very special place within MSC. I can't say I would put the same kind of level of praise on the rest of the ship, but you're going to have to watch more of our videos to find out why I'm not entirely impressed with the other 95% of MSC Seascape. We've got a lot more coming in this series. So without further ado, I'm just going to leave you with a 2-minute sizzle reel, which is a few clips of our upcoming videos. Make sure to subscribe. Again, like the video if you liked it. Share it with your friends. If you're going on an MSC cruise or you've been on one, let us know how it went in the comments below. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks with our next video from MSC. Say goodbye, Glenn.
What's a sizzle reel?
It's a trailer. This is where they have spotted 4 sharks. Sorry, I didn't. I didn't feel awkward at all.
Did you not?
No, I paid for that service. I'm happy to go to the front of the line. I don't know if that's true. I heard the rumour. It's real sad.
You're going to have to stand in line, and there's been a very long line.
Well, actually, Glenn heard the rumour and he told me the rumour, so I assumed he was telling the truth. And I can tell you now that this one has no flavour whatsoever. That's been the highlight of this trip so far for me. Like, I can't even begin to tell you how brilliant that was. Nothing funny about Puerto Rico. It's a very, very serious place.
Look at the... Why on earth they would place a very, very upscale paid restaurant effectively in an open corridor like that?
I feel like I just need to keep filming because something might happen.
Interestingly, you also have a choice of...
Glenn.
Yes.
Can you name the last time you bought a product that didn't promise what it says it was going to do?
Absolutely.
Not seen a chicken burger anywhere.